Also, I've picked up some images from the Mexico cams for the past couple of days to show that the skies have changed, and also a huge red light source that's around the sun with the simulator that's reflecting now. You can see this reflection on the horizon in the mornings here in the Northern Hemisphere in the UK. And also I'm getting some emails from other subscribers explaining that they're seeing the same thing in the skies, this red reflection coming up on the horizon before the sun rises. It's just outstanding how the government are getting away with this, using these cloaking devices. And I'll show you this on another Mexico cam image shortly. These chemtrails are getting far much worse now, aren't they? The chemtrailing the skies every single day. For the past 4 days, they've been blocking our skies heavily with these toxins and other formulas that the military use to spray our skies with. So respect to everybody, and I will now show you these images. First of all, I just want you to know as well, millions of people are starting to notice the skies now. Family members and other members from around the world are noticing this red reflection on the horizon, and also our natural sun has been chemtrail every single day, morning, noon and night. It's just that the military now will be noticing them. The media, they know that people are starting to look up now. I don't think it's going to be a matter of when this is going to happen. It's a situation that they know that people are starting to realise that something's very much wrong up there in our skies now. I'm going to show you these images now. This is an image from the 24th of the 3rd, 2017. Again, you can see those dark skies. For that time of the day, especially now we're in spring, we're getting these strange dark skies every day now, aren't we? There in Mexico and other parts of the world, it's far too dim. We're getting this red, huge ring around the sun. This is a reflection not from our sun, from another object. There are other objects travelling with our sun right now, as our sun is being eclipsed by these heavenly bodies. You can also see on the sea here the red reflection as well. We're getting two colours from two heavily sourced bodies. Here on the left hand and right hand side, we're getting very dark skies, shadows, and all this is being sprayed with all the toxins as well, so we can't get to see properly what's going on. This agenda is getting very close now. I will go to another image for you. This image as well is showing you that those natural clouds are not doing anything anymore. You can see on the screen here, they're just broken away now. They don't do nothing to protect us from our natural sun. The only thing that's being used right now is chemtrails to block those harmful rays from the solar flares that are coming in all the time, because our sun is at solar maximum, because we have the objects that are with it. It doesn't want them to be there. So it's burning twice as hot, being aggravated. You can see also this flareness above the sun and the red reflections. These are all from other objects that we will see in the future. We will see these heavenly bodies as the sun rises. At the moment we're seeing the huge reflections, this dark orange reflection on the horizon all the time. Never seen this before. From years back, We've only seen our natural sunrise with the blue skies. On this image as well, you can see that red reflection as our natural sun is trying to shine through the darkness there. Can you see that? And this, again, orange haze. It's not going away, is it? It's always going to be there now, until we see these huge objects. The red reflection proves that we've got this heavenly body that's reflected all around our Earth. The dark skies, and they've been chemtrail in the morning as well. People need to wake up to this. It's just so important we get the message out there, isn't it? Been doing the channel for quite some time now. Well, for about a year, on and off, and it has changed. The whole system has changed. The sun has been getting dimmer. Each time we've looked up at our skies, and more people are noticing that the system is changing. People are changing. Government making up different rules. The military are up to all sorts of things, aren't they? And all they want to do is to control us and to show us that everything's fine. No need to worry about this. Let them do all the worrying. Well, I'm afraid that we all are worrying because it's our Mother Earth. It's not theirs. It belongs to us, humanity. Here's the other important image that I've noticed as well. This was taken on the 23rd. And again, that red light source that's behind those chemtrails. The reflection is red. It's not a yellow natural sun reflection anymore. The natural clouds are not covering it. They've all been burnt away. And this round object in the sky, this is a reflection, again, not from our sun, from another object. You can see it, can't you? Here on this image as well, we're getting some huge shadows to the left, to the right, and a red source as well, a light colouring on the horizon. And on these shadows here is cloaking technology that's being used to cover up objects that they don't want us to see. Here and on the right hand side, we can see this, can't we? It's like it's been chopped in the skies. Again, far too many military run chem planes every morning, noon and night. Dark skies above. It's just not natural anymore, isn't it? I mean, these are natural clouds here, but they're just being burnt away. Nothing is the same anymore up there in our skies. This image was also taken on the 23rd. It was very interesting as well, because we could see those dark patches in the skies and this red halo round our natural sun. We've got one halo here and a second halo here as well. You can see the red reflections that are travelling with our sun reflection here. This is before the simulator takes place in our skies, because when the sun rises, the simulator takes control and everything becomes like a blue haze, a white blue haze reflection. On the opposite side of the sun, we're picking up another heavenly body, but on these images we're looking at the sun side. There is definitely other objects travelling with our sun, and this red reflection proves it. It wasn't like this before. We've never seen these red reflections on any of the Mexico cans in the past. Here is another image of this unnatural reflecting of our sun. Can you see again this pink haze? There's another body that's travelling with our sun. It's so evident now. You can just see chemtrailing in front of the sun. Doing this all the time now. And again, we are just noticing now, aren't we, that things with our sun now are being covered up much more than any year. This proves to me that we are getting close to a huge event, because it's so unnatural for us to be watching the skies being sprayed all the time. They should just give this up now, shouldn't they? Because it's just making us unhappy and unwell all the time, breathing all these chemicals in. When in fact, at the end of the day, they just want us to carry on paying our taxes, paying into their banking system, so they can get themselves sorted behind our backs. Just a huge cover-up to the public. And we need to unravel the truth, to show everyone what they're up to, and also picking up evidence of these huge objects that are incoming. Here on the screen as well, you've got these natural clouds that are trying to block the sun with these huge CME solar flares coming through towards us. 30, 40, 50 of these flares head on towards our natural Earth every day. And you can see the holes, can't you, through the natural clouds, because they're not doing as what they should be doing now, just breaking away. They're being burnt away now. There's too much activity with the sun, because we've got this other huge object that's reflecting on the horizon. 2 suns in the sky. It's burning all the clouding up. So then they chemtrail above the natural clouds to stop this from happening. Can you see this darker patches in the sky? Because we've got the reflections here now from these other objects. It's just so evident, isn't it? I'm going to go to another image for you as well. It's another object that's reflecting on the sea there as well. 2 different light colourings in the skies. This cam also shows this image of a huge shadow to the right hand side. And again, as the objects are rising, you can see this red reflection and this dip in the simulator, this object. You can see this here, splits in 2 because we've got another heavenly body in front of our sun. A huge reflection here. And again, the dark skies, far too dark for the day. Another light source, 2. It's just, we just need to prepare for this, don't we? We really do. It's so important now. Just wanted to show you this image, okay, of this red reflection that you can see coming rising before the sun comes up, or any of the objects that come up and rise in our skies. This is from the binary twin. This huge red reflection. And those natural clouds that are beginning to start to do their job in the morning as the sun rises. But as it does rise and burning twice as hot, they just get burnt away in the atmosphere and disappear. There again, they spray our skies again. They're fighting a losing battle all the time now. Because They are pumping the skies far too much now these years. This year, 2017, they've been doing it really spreading the skies now, haven't they, from any of the other years. I'm going to go and look at some other different cams for you now. Here is the NASA Ustream cams. And coming up to our left is Earth, Sun, currently giving its sunlight towards Europe, Asia side of Earth. Now this side is not showing the system as the space station is orbiting on the other side of the globe. But as it's going to pass through to the eastern side of the Earth, we will start picking up the strange light sources from these heavenly objects that are up there in space. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the other images on these Ustream cams and show you that there has been different colour changes in the skies for the past couple of days. But it's evident that there is other objects that are up there, and they have been picked up on these Ustream cams by other people. So let's go and have a look at the other strange light sources that we've picked up in the past, and also what's going on the screen colours that we've evidently shown you before. That these huge reflections are also reflected on Earth as well. And again, look at these unnatural clouds that are being burnt away. These chemtrails have been sprayed at high altitudes by these military planes, just screaming our skies all the time. Not spraying so much over the sea, on oceans, but more in this built-up city areas where thousands and billions of people will be looking up right now if that simulator wasn't being controlled by the military and government to stop people from seeing what's the truth that's coming in. Here is another Ustream video image that was taken a short time ago, before the one that I showed you just then, of the different yellow reflection from the other side of the world, where this object, the second sun, is in front of our natural sun now. Now, the thing is, with the simulator that's up in the skies, it's covering so we can't see anything from down below. But the space station will be at a different angle, so you will see this catch the light source from the second sun in front of our natural soul, the sun. You could just also see on this Ustream cam those thick chemicals down on the horizons there as well, the atmosphere. Above the atmosphere you can see those poisons that are being sprayed daily by our kind people, the government. I'm going to go to another image now. Here's a much clearer view as well of these chemtrails that are being sprayed every day on the opposite side. So this NASA cam has got a clear image showing me pointing down. But again, they assume, much of the public, which is true, think these are natural clouding. But they're not. This is a blanket of chemtrails over huge populated areas to stop them from seeing the truth. And I apologise about the noise. That's the NASA noise. That's sounds like a Russian. I apologise about that. It's some of the Russians basically talking to each other up there on their stations. Anyway, so going back to those chems, I mean, you can see this, it's evidently showing all over the world now. This is a huge problem, and people again just letting it go, not letting it bother them, and it's harming everybody, isn't it? So I'm going to go to have a look at some skyline cams. I'm hoping you can see this on this skyline cam, this red reflection on the horizon here. And you've got this plasma and the yellow reflection here on the right hand side. It's important to notice that the huge red light source is coming up on the horizons, and this is what's going around the sun as well, this halo from the Mexico cams. See here on these images on these skyline cams as well. And the first cams I showed you, I just want to show you evidence of that our skies are being eclipsed and changing too dark. And also, again, in front on the screen as well, these are not natural clouds. These are clouds that are being sprayed by our military in the mornings to block the sun's view, to block our view, so we don't get to see anything that's going on. So the cams are just showing all the truth, really, of what we're seeing. Because the blue skies are turning into silvery haze. And this is what I'm here for, to show you what and how the skies are changing. On this Barcelona cam as well, that silvery haze and the chemtrail. And also on the other side, on the Ustream cams, the NASA cams, we can see that thick blanket of chems all the time now. The dark shadows as well. It's a very worrying thought, because this is what's coming in. This huge celestial body. And I basically want to show everybody that that these images are showing the proof. So that's not listen to all this negative people that just want to slam people down, because just got to carry on to show that these skies are completely different from what they were before. And all here is chemtrailing, all of it, toxin. I mean, on the horizon here we see a blanket of chems that they spray the skies early in the morning. The sun that comes up, the simulator that kicks in. They're using these chems to stop us from noticing all this. I mean, just imagine if they didn't chemtrail and people evidently spotted these objects. They couldn't hide it anymore, could they? The government would never be trusted again. And everybody would see this now. And it would just be so... I mean, what excuse would they be able to dream up for this situation? They wouldn't, would they? It'd be too late, wouldn't it? So they're just biding their time all the time. This is a Spanish cam, Santa Cruz de Tenerife. And again, on that horizon, those chemtrails. This thickness of these trails here that lower down to the to us towards the sea, towards the land, and here this pink reflection. And it's so important to keep an eye on the skyline cams at the moment. I'm going to have a look on them as well and do another video for you later on this afternoon to show you that the red reflection is coming in strong now. I do believe that we're going to see these objects in the very near future, in our lifetime. This is another cam in Spain. It's Las Palmas cam. And again, on the right hand side of the sun there, that simulator that's coming up, there's an object that's being hidden. Can you see this? Here is the haze of the sun, that red reflection. On the horizon there as well, I mean, the colour of the sky is very green. This object, what is this? Just looks very interesting, doesn't it? I'm going to zoom into this. See, again, the system will show itself on different cams around the world. Now, that has been chemtrailed heavily. There is something that's behind there. Huge object. It's not lens flare. It's nothing else like it. It's something that's out there. It's being covered up. You can see this. These chems, again. I'm going to go to a different skyline image, but just taking note that every time we look at the skyline cams, we're seeing the dimness and darkness in the skies as well. And I just want to put the pieces together to show that the cams that we looked at, the Mexico cams, the Ustream cams, and now the skyline cams, showing you that they're doing this to our skies to hide these objects. And the moon as well, they spray the moon as well at night times. I mean, that's another giveaway that they're hiding objects up there in space. It's nothing to do with the moon being chemmed because it's got solar flare activity. I mean, the moon doesn't do that, does it? We all know this. It's just a huge celestial rock that's out there. And there's other objects that are with it now. And that's the reason why they're spraying the moon all the time. Now we're viewing Italy. This is a Lombardia cam, ski area in Bormio, in Italy. You can see that chemtrail, can't you, flying through the sky in front of the sun. Now, all these other, this is lens flare, this reflection. Okay? Now, what is more important on this cam is how dim it is and the yellow reflection from that simulator in the sky. It's not from a natural sun. All these people on these carts going up and down to go skiing on their holidays. They're basically being fooled, aren't they? They seem to think still that the everything's fine. They just believe the TV media, the news readings and news reports and weather channels to say everything's just great, just carry on in our lives. Well, I'm telling you now that basically we are now slowly heading into a pole shift. And they are laughing at us because they're spraying our skies right above our heads to hide these natural events that have been here a long time before. There's so much evidence that we've had pole shifts in the past. Other celestial bodies have been moved and knocked about as well in our outer solar system. So it's just carrying on to show you the images, daily images of the different pieces of evidence from around the world on these cams, that our skies are darkening and changing all the time. This yellowness on the snow there is showing you that we are darkening all the time. We never saw this yellowness on the snow, the land, the darkness. It wasn't here before, proving that we're going into an eclipse. A very long eclipse. It's been like this for a long few months now. I mean, the shape of the sun is just not the same anymore because we've got that object that's still up there. It needs to be removed so we can see the truth. We deserve the truth, don't we? I'm going to go to another last image and then I'll do a video for you later on in the afternoon. On this image here we can see a dark shadow. Can you see this in the skies? Just here. And the sky gets very much darker here and across above here as well. there is a huge object that's being cloaked right there in front of our eyes. It's just that I need to show you these images as well, to show you that there is dark shadows. Now this is a celestial round shadow. You can see this, can't you? These objects are coming in. So anyway, I'm going to go now. So respect to all of you.